have a little bit of time before I am running off to the gym and to kind of go do some other errands. So I thought I'd go through my empties. I have quite a few and I'm gonna try and keep it short. I feel like I can ramble on so much, but let's just get into it. My first empty is, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, this is the Meyer Water Facial Mist, Energizing Norwegian Thermal Spa Water. I think it's super overpriced for what it is, which is basically just a super fine mist of water on your face. I also went through a small, like last year I went through a small one of the goji berry one. This brand has several different ones of these. I decided to give it a try because it was like one of Spirit Demerson's favorites on Spirit Beauty Lounge, and I don't think I would repurchase it just because I'd rather spend the money on an actual sort of toner that has, you know, real ingredients in it instead of just water. So it was nice to have, but I would not repurchase it. I go through lots of these. An Acure Unscented Cocoa Butter and CoQ10 Ultra-Hydrating Body Lotion. And this is quite moisturizing. I think this thing is $10. Sometimes they're on sale at Whole Foods. I also get them through Vitacost if I'm going to make a Vitacost order. It's just a nice kind of all-purpose moisturizer. I really like Acure and no complaints. So this I was extremely sad to use up because I absolutely loved it. It was the Elizabeth Dehn for One Love Organics Active Moisture Time Release Vitamin D Moisture Mist. And I had gotten this on Eco Diva Beauty with some other One Love Organics products. I would definitely repurchase this. I used it morning and night as a toner before I would do my serum and moisturizer. And I just thought that it was an all-around great product. I wish it came in a larger size, and I don't remember how much this was. Somewhere between $30 and $40, I think. But very bummed it has run out. Have not repurchased yet, and actually I'm not sure. There's always so many other products that I want to try. I'm not very brand loyal. I kind of want to do the R.L. Linden 1000 Petal Beautifying Mist next before I would repurchase this, but I did really enjoy it. So then I kind of went through some little samples that I'll talk very briefly about. The first one I talked about in my June favorites video. This is the Tata Harper Elixir Vitae. It was quite amazing, but I would not pay full price for this product. So that was that. I also went through two Ilia samples, or one of them I'm actually going through right now. The night cream for rejuvenating skin cells I have decanted into a separate container, and I'm just using it at night. It says it has wild-grown argan oil, royal jelly, and orange blossom. It's quite effective, but it smells horrible. I don't know if it's the royal jelly that makes it smell bad. It's, like I said, it's quite effective. I just really can't stand the smell of it on my face. I can't even describe it. It just has a really gnarly smell. I didn't even look to see how much a full size of this is, just because if I'm going to pay a lot of money for an effective product, I would like it to smell in a way that's pleasing to me. So I'm using it, and it is helping my skin, but not for the smell. Smoothie break. The other, I think it's Ila. I've never known how to pronounce this. Ila, maybe that's what the dash across the A stands for. I don't really know. This was a face mask for revitalizing skin with Damascena, Rosado, wild-grown argan oil, and mineral-rich clay. This was very lovely. It was just a one-time use mask. I really enjoyed using it. It didn't have a remarkable impact on my skin afterwards, but I really enjoyed it while it was on my skin. It smelled very strongly of roses, and I think that's what this line is known for. A full size, I looked, is $90, and I'm not sure I would buy it because I didn't think it was that effective for my skin type, but it was quite a nice mask. I went through a sample of the Pangea Organix Eye Cream. This is with Turkish rose and white tea for all skin types. I thought it was quite nice. I Don't really have any complaints about it. I don't think I would buy a full-size one of these, but it was totally fine. I went through a travel size Neem toothpaste with mint. I bought this, I think, when I was visiting my mom in Texas over the holidays, and I've just used it when I've been going away on weekend trips. It was kind of one of those clay-like toothpastes. I don't know if you can see. It was completely pleasant enough. I am one of those people that transitioned to natural toothpastes quite a long time ago. It was one of the very first things I did when I was cleaning up my beauty routine. So I have no problem with non-conventional toothpastes that don't taste super sugary or, you know, have that kind of like crest, super fresh feeling. So this was completely fine. It did the trick. I also went through a sample of the Lindstrom Skin The Problem Solver. I got probably 4 masks out of this. The thing I like about it is I like that it's a powder and it becomes activated when you mix it with water or another liquid. I actually mixed this with honey several times, although I don't think I would again if I were to ever buy a full size of this because I think it activates best with water. It was nice. Compared to the other mask I just talked about, this I did see a discernible difference in my skin, and I would consider buying it. I currently have a full size of Lindstrom's The Clean Dirt, which, while not exactly the same, they're similar in the sense that both are powder and both activate with water, and I think they have some of the same ingredients, although there's not an exfoliant in this one the way that there is in the Clean Dirt. So I'm going to use it in my Clean Dirt, and at some point I am going to need to invest in another face mask. I'm using up a couple right now, but they're kind of small deluxe sample size ones. So this would definitely be a contender. I used up, or actually, I have a gripe about this. This is the Arcona Eye Dew. And it says Repair Protect AM, so I think you're just supposed to use it in the morning, although I used it for both. I freaking loved this stuff. It was raved about on No More Dirty Looks. It's a very gel-like but highly moisturizing consistency. I overall really liked it. However, do you see how much product is still left in here? And I can't get it out. In fact, I was having problems with the pump, and I've actually taken it off. I must have broken it trying to get into the rest of the product. I was having problems with the pump, and there was still like half of the thing of product in here. And I mean, the stuff is not cheap. So for a period of time, probably 2 or 3 months, I would have to like insert a bobby pin into the pump to unclog it and then like tilt it on its different sides so that the pump could pick up the remaining product. But as you can see, I could easily get another month of product out of what's in here, and that really pisses me off. Class action lawsuit. Just kidding. But I really like the product, but frankly, I don't think I would purchase it again for precisely that reason, because there is wasted product in here. Okay, now I have, these actually are, I guess they're kind of empties, but they're things that either didn't work or that I'm getting rid of. So this is a pair of Ardell 111s. They were, I don't know if you can see them. You probably can't tell in the tray. I absolutely love fake lashes. I like a lot of the Ardell ones. These were just way too long. They honestly look sort of drag queenish. And I wore them once to a wedding, and they just were not, they weren't really my style. So normally I would get 4 or 5 uses out of a pair of lashes, but I'm tossing these. I am also tossing my Lorac Pro Primer. I talked about in my last video that I replaced this with the Bare Minerals Primer. This one just really did not do the job, so I'm not going to use it. I'm throwing away a Real Techniques brush. I mean, I guess I could give it, I have a younger sister, and a lot of times she gets sort of the beauty products that I accumulate that don't end up working for me, and probably once or twice a year I send her a box of, she calls them my beauty rejects. I just call them things I tried out that I didn't care for that maybe she would like. I don't know. I hope she's not truly offended by it. I guess I could save this and send it to her, but I don't even think she would use it. It's a Real Techniques brow brush. I'm picky about my angled brushes, and for some reason I have one that I like. This one just is not stiff enough. It didn't really do the job for me, so getting rid of it. This was a miss for me. This was the All Natural Face Vegan Gel eyeliner in that black. I didn't really have much of an expectation for this, quite frankly, because it was so inexpensive. I don't even remember, somewhere between $5 and $8. You can see it's not even a gel eyeliner, it's much more like a liquid eyeliner. Just the opacity of it was not there. I didn't really care for the formulation. I didn't really care for the brush. It just didn't do the job. Sorry. So that didn't work out. This actually, I probably have a couple more uses of. It's sitting in my refrigerator right now, but it's a vegan shampoo bar soap in Rosemary Clay by Sweet Creek Herbs. I got sort of interested in wanting to try shampoo bars. I Love Jessie 444 uses them, and I kind of started doing some research. They seem like a very cost-effective way to wash your hair. There's tons of information out there about washing your hair with soap bars or shampoo bars, and I bought a sample pack from Sweet Creek Herbs, which is an Etsy shop, and I still have, this was just the first one. I got a sample pack of like 6 for a really low, like I don't even remember how much, $4 or $5 probably, and you can get easily 10 to 15 washes out of one bar. So even just the sample pack is ridiculously worth your money. I do follow it up with an apple cider rinse, which is a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar mixed in a bottle. It's in the other room. Actually, I'll go show you. Just one of these that you get at any beauty supply store. I mix a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, fill the rest up with water, and put it in the shower, and then just use this as a rinse. There's lots of tips and tricks for washing your hair with a shampoo bar. So I did like a lot of reading, and you kind of have to let the apple cider vinegar sit in there for a while and then massage it and then rinse it out. Some people say you don't rinse it out. It's kind of trial and error. It definitely gets my hair clean. I don't particularly care for the apple cider vinegar scent that does tend to linger in your hair. And I'm sort of a slave to my very expensive all-natural shampoos. I really like Lorac, which I'm finishing up a shampoo and conditioner of that. I really like a lot of the John Masters Organix shampoos. I might go ahead and buy Rawa next. I really love Rare Elements. They're just very pricey. They're like $30 a bottle. So I wanted to maybe extend the life of my expensive shampoos and conditioners with the shampoo bars, which is sort of what I'm doing. So this was just the first one. Okay, this is kind of a random. I went through a Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day dish soap in lavender. Totally fine, doesn't suds a lot, and I was getting to the point with Mrs. Meyer's where I kind of just trust them as an all-natural, safe brand, but they do have sodium lauryl sulfate in them, and kind of some other like weird ingredients that I'm not really sure that I want to use. So I don't know if there's better ones out there. I would definitely welcome any kind of recommendations. And actually I usually buy the Mrs. Meyer's dish soap as well as the hand soap for my kitchen. But for the dish soap, I've already decided I'm going to do a kind of DIY of Dr. Bronner's essential oils and water in a foaming dispenser, which you can get at like Bed Bath & Beyond. So I've already decided that that's what I'm going to do for hand soap, but I don't know what I'm going to do for dish soap. I have a Method one right now, actually, which is kind of, they're sort of like a greenwashed brand, but you know, I can't be perfect. This is random too. I finished up some Free and Easy Wanderer Teapills. These are from my acupuncturist, and they are to basically help with menstrual cycle stuff, to support ovulation, and to lessen your PMS, and honestly, they work. Right now I'm taking a similar formulation but in powder, so it mix it with water. These were like little tea pills, and you had to take 8 3 times a day. But when I was religious, and when I'm religious about taking my herbs, my cramps are much less, and my overall cycle just goes smoother, so they definitely do work. Okay, I am having some technical difficulties today, so I'm refilming last couple of empties that did not go through in the last part. So I'm going to try and go really quickly because my battery is about to run out. I also went through a Tera's Whey grass-fed organic whey protein and bourbon vanilla. I have already repurchased this brand, but in the chocolate, which I think I like better because it mixes easier with green powders or green supplements like chlorella tablets, or I'm using up my Ormus Super Greens right now. So I like the chocolate better than the vanilla. So I think when I purchase again, that's what I will get. But very good brand, grass-fed whey protein and good stuff. And then the last three things are 3 different chocolate bars. I absolutely love dark chocolate. I always have some around. I tend to have some pretty much every afternoon or evening or both. The darker the better. Could make a comment there, but I'm not going to. This is a standby. I tend to buy this one a lot. It's the Ultra Eco Dark Chocolate, 85%. It's organic and fair trade. It's very, it says deep fruity intensity. It's definitely true. It's like it has a very complex, deep, rich flavor. And I've gone through countless ones of these and just wanted to mention it here because it's one of my favorites. Then the second one was a gift from my sister for my birthday. It's the Choco Love Ginger Crystallized and Dark Chocolate, 65%. I've tried quite a few of this brand, but I actually had never tried this one in particular, and I love ginger and I love chocolate, and together they are really good. This was very, very enjoyable, so thank you, Helena. And then the last one is a Fleur de Sel sea salt bar from Jelena Chocolatier. This was just at Whole Foods, and I love perusing the chocolate bar aisle at Whole Foods. I'm sure someone on here that's watching this relates to that. It is heaven, and this one looked interesting, and it was absolutely delicious. I only needed like a square or 2 of this at a time because it was kind of intense. The combination of the sea salt with the chocolate it tastes sort of caramely, and I'm not typically a caramel fan, but it was, I really liked this. I would buy it again. So I just wanted to mention those. I'm not really one to do food reviews, I don't think, but particular things like superfoods or protein powder or chocolate bars, I think maybe you would want to know about. So that's it for the empties. Thanks for watching. I hope that maybe you got some useful info about products that I've used up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.